Hey guys, welcome back to Reserved Investments on YouTube. Today, we need to have a candid discussion on a lot of these record-breaking auction results for everything from rare coins to sports cards to comic books to Pokemon cards and products to Magic the Gathering and the like. There are a lot of these markets in present time are in a massive speculative euphoria. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, I get contacted by people who reach out to me and they say, Sean, I'm not going to invest in an S&P 500 index fund. You're crazy to give people that advice. Don't you know the stock market is at an all-time record high as we prepare to enter the year 2021 here? I mean, we're in January of 2021, and a lot of asset classes, not just in the antiques and collectibles trade, but also in the overall financial markets, in real estate, with cryptocurrency as crazy volatile as it is. All these asset classes are breaking new records on an almost daily or weekly basis. So how dare you recommend that somebody invest in an S&P 500 index fund at present time or park their money in some of these more riskier asset classes? And my response to that is all of these markets have gone through this same speculative bubble, and they were able to propel higher, especially when we look at real estate, when we look at traditional assets. If you are a buy and hold investor and you have a long-term time horizon in play, meaning you can afford to put $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 or $500 a month in an S&P 500 index fund or a total stock market index fund, and you can hold it for 10 to 20 years, I'm going to tell you something. There's probably a 9 out of 10 chance that you're going to be able to sell that particular asset if you need to 10, 20 years from now at a higher price than what it's at today. It's probably even greater than 9 chances out of 10 when we analyze it from the aspect of what the market has done historically. Now, what does this have to do with the antiques and collectibles trade? Well, some of these markets are more riskier than others. Let's be realistic. When we talk about the market for vintage video games, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, even going all the way up to hardcore pieces of one-of-a-kind art, rare coins, and the like. These markets are not as large as the financial markets, as the real estate markets, as even the markets, in some cases, for gold, silver, bullion, and certain markets in the antiques and collectibles trade are actually lower than that of cryptocurrency, meaning they have a lower market cap than that of cryptocurrency in general. So you have to really look at this from a nuanced stance where if you're going to invest in these markets, what these markets are doing both in the short term and the long term matters, because you don't want to be caught either buying an inflated asset, especially it's in the antiques and collectibles trade, and then later you learn, well, the market changed. Demand is no longer there. That item that you paid $50,000 to $100,000 for is now selling for $30,000 or $40,000. And that's not a place where anybody out there watching this channel wants to be. I can pretty much guarantee that. So what I do want to talk about is what's happening with the wonderful coronavirus, the pandemic, what's happening with the government at present time, and what's happening in general with the economy is pretty much a unique black swan event. And I want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. This is something that I have never seen before. This is something that I'm sure a lot of people that are educated in finance, business, economics are looking at as very historic. It is a chain of events that's occurring that is unlike anything else we've ever encountered, even if we go back to the 2008, 2009 financial crisis. Now, why do I want to talk about this? Because a lot of you guys are coming to me and you're saying, Sean, look at what's happening in Pokemon. Look at what's happening in Magic the Gathering. These prices are rising exponentially. I can put $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 in these markets, and I'm going to double, triple, or quadruple my money in 6 months to a year. Now, to be fair, that is what's happening on the high-end line of some of these markets. If you go back and you look at completed auctions through Heritage alone, you're going to see that on September 10th of 2020, literally, roughly what, 4 months ago? It's now January of 2021. So literally 4 months ago, a Pokemon First Edition base set booster box that was factory sealed sold for $198,000. And at that time, That was a record-breaking sale. Well, guess what? On January 14th of this year, 2021, that same or similar first edition base booster box that's factory sealed sold for $408,000. So if you come to me and you say, hey, Sean, guess what? I bought that booster box. I was able to find it for $200,000 and now it's worth $400,000. Absolutely. You're not really wrong. I can't argue with you, but you have to understand the market dynamics that are playing out that is making that particular item double in price in literally 3 to 4 months. First, Pokemon is really a hot commodity right now. I am encouraging a lot of people that own a lot of rare Pokemon cards and products. If they did not pay an exorbitant price for those particular items, now is a great time to sell. I'm going to be 100% honest, guys. In my opinion, this market is not maintainable at these levels over the long term. Over the short term, yes, you can use this example right here and say, Sean, in September of 2020, a Pokemon First Edition base set, factory sealed box, sold for $198,000. A same or similar box sold for $408,000, literally January 14th of 2021. Those are insane returns, guys. So I'm going to just put this in perspective for you. And I want you to understand it's not just Pokemon that's in a bubble at present time. It is coins, currency, sports cards, comic books, Magic the Gathering. The markets are going insane. Let me use this as an example. I did a 4,000 subscriber Q&A video where somebody asked me what coins I was going after at present time. So I got all excited. The Heritage Fund auction just took place literally within the last week. I logged online thinking that I was going to get my bid in for a 1909S Indian cent piece in MS65 condition, graded by PCGS, CAC stickered. Now, I was willing to pay $5,500 for that particular coin. That means I was prepared to spend $5,500 on that coin. Are you aware, before I could even get my bid in, the coin was bidded up to $7,200. Literally a year ago, you could have bought that coin in a dealer's inventory for $5,000. No questions asked. The dealer would have happily sold it to you. I was willing to pay $500 more than what that dealer would have asked for that particular coin at auction, and my bid was pretty much blown out of the water. This is ridiculous, guys. We have now a 1787 Brasher Dublin coin, which just set a new record price for $9,360,000. We have another new record set for an 1804 plain 4 Eagle coin in PR65 plus condition, which sold for $5,280,000. This is why I laugh when the little Timmies and the Poindexters come on this channel and they criticize me and they say, Sean, coin collecting is dying. No, coin collecting is going very strong. Coin collecting at present time is going bonkers to the point where Sean is priced out of the market. I'm even pulling back on rare pieces of currency. I literally have been doing more business with dealers and individuals in the trade than I have been at auction houses, because these prices, in my opinion, are not sustainable long term. Now, you guys know what is causing this. The government is ridiculously, in my opinion, and remember, I'm a liberal progressive, so really I should support this incentive, but I'm really cautious about it, guys. I'm going to be honest. The government keeps pumping all this money in the economy, running up the national debt. And little Timmy, Kimmy, and Poindexter, rather than spending it to get themselves out of debt or investing it in traditional assets, they're running to the collectibles marketplace like it's the new billionaire's playground. They're taking their $1,400, they're paying inflated prices for Pokemon, Pikachus, Charizards, Planeswalkers, Marios, coins, anything they can get their hands on, and they think, you know what? Since it's selling for this level, it's obviously going to go up to here. That is not how these markets work. Be very careful. If you are investing in any market in the antique and collectible trade, with few exceptions at present time, the markets are overblown. This especially applies to the most popular collecting markets, whether we're talking coins, currency, sports cards, comic books, video games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon. Look at Flesh and Blood. People are telling me, Sean, you got to do an updated video on Flesh and Blood. Flesh and Blood is going crazy. I am going to be doing an updated video on Flesh and Blood, the card game. Rest assured, guys. But I just want to put a warning out there that some of you guys are really being led to believe, well, obviously collectibles are the new asset class. To be fair, collectibles are a great place to park your money, provided you are financially established, you already are invested in traditional assets, real estate, and the like, and you understand the risks of diversifying into some of these markets in the antiques and collectibles trade. I really think, and this is what cautions me, guys, I really think a lot of these people that are coming into the rare coin market at present time, they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. They have no idea what they're doing. There's no way at present time, even with the 1909 S Indian cent being one of the key cents in that particular series, that coin should not have sold for $7,200 in MS65. Now, to be fair, I'm sure that somebody would come into the comments and they would want to have a valid argument with me. And that would be very fair. Because obviously, if that coin comes up to auction again and somebody else is willing to pay $72,000, $73,000, or even $7,000 for it, it means the market for that coin is starting to trend upward. And over possibly a long-term time horizon, that coin could then potentially become even more valuable. So it may be that I'm missing out by not willing to pay $7,200 for that coin, a long-term investment potential opportunity. So that's something that really I am well aware of. But most of these markets at present time, guys, are extremely overblown. Please be careful if you are doing anything in these markets, short-term or long-term. Have a written plan. Be aware that there is mass speculation across the board. I have never seen anything like this, literally, in 30 years of being in the antiques and collectibles trade. That's all I want to say. So use caution. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.